My daughter has the most impeccable sense of timing. I'll be right back, everyone. Hey, babe. Hey, could you hand me your bottle, please? She's starting to wake up a little bit, so John, you help her fall back asleep. Sorry about that, everyone. Hey, babe. There you go. You just head to the side of her. If she needs it, she'll just grab it. Alright, I'll be sure to leave a timestamp in the video of where this part ends. But anyway, welcome to the live stream, guys. I'm sorry again about the delay, so we're gonna jump right into it. Now, before we do though, we got a special kind of surprise this time. So apparently there was a Sir Spooks video that I seemed to overlook either last week or a couple weeks ago, and it's this one right here, the 5 paranormal videos that will creep you out. I don't remember watching this one, and it's not saved to my watched videos list, so yeah, I missed one. So, and also, Chills only did one video for the last week so far, so instead of having a double dose of Chills this week, we're having a double dose of Sir Spooks this week. And that's even more to the surprise, because not only are we going to watch this one that I missed from a couple weeks back, but for this last week, he actually did a paranormal investigation himself. So I'm really excited to see that one. But this time I have my Steam set to record the audio from what comes out, so that won't be a problem this time around. Alright, let's jump in and get started. First, Sir Spook's 5 paranormal videos I'll creep you out.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 5 paranormal videos that will creep you out. So, let's begin.
This always happens.
Extremely
this always happens.
About videos related to the paranormal.
Every time I start a stream or start a recording, my nose plugs up.
That are filmed in people's homes. Home is supposed to be a place where we can all relax and leave all of our worries behind. But whenever that safety barrier is threatened by something, it can feel 10 times scarier. In this video published by Matt2 World on February 2nd, 2016, it appears as if a father and son are having a conversation with each other while watching television late at night. It seems like nothing out of the ordinary. After a brief couple of seconds pass, the father who is recording stands up and starts to walk around where he eventually walks by somebody's room. As he brushes by it, something immediately catches his attention and he moves back to the doorway right away. In the middle of the room, we can see something wearing a bedsheet covering its entire body. After a few seconds, he pans the camera away, and when he pans it back inside the room, the bedsheet is now on the ground.
Ahora voy con ella,
Okay, that, wow.
Ahora 8.
Wow. Yeah, I get that. I get that
this
kid
could
out
be
there by
something
now.
extremely simple, like another one of his kids playing a prank, or that the whole family was in on this, and it is just some sort of object with a bedsheet thrown over it. But it could also be a ghost that is trying to mask its true identity.
There's only one problem with that theory. If something was holding something else up, then wouldn't it show pressure from the top of the bedsheet? You know, like say my fingers are a piece of string and it's holding up a towel which will represent the bedsheet. See what I mean? This is obviously something being held up by a string, or finger in this case. This is not. And if it was just a kid, then how did it just disappear at random like that? Makes no sense.
With a bedsheet. Whatever the explanation is, this is still quite creepy.
I'm still wearing the towel, aren't I? That was very creepy. You know, I would be able to see it more as a fake if the blanket ended up on the floor while the camera was panned away. I could see that being more plausible, but that ghost left that bedsheet in the middle of the camera, so that's hard to fake.
The Will-O-the-Wisp is one of the most fascinating paranormal phenomena the world has ever seen. It is something that has been reported in many cultures and is described as an atmospheric ghost light that is typically seen during the night and is said to be seen in swamps, bogs and marshes. It supposedly has misled travelers over the years who thought it was a simple light or lantern somewhere in the dark. Vivo Paranormal, a YouTube channel that specializes in all things creepy and paranormal, uploaded a video on February 18th, 2015. The video, which was shot somewhere in South America, follows a cameraman as he seemingly attempts to find a spot to show us something that he has noticed far in the distance. Eventually, he gets an aerial view of a field where we can see a mysterious circular blue light appear unmoving a little bit off in the distance. After a while, it even appears to get a little bit brighter than it was at the start of the video.
Me cagué todo.
What did Vivo Paranormal capture in the fields that day? Was it simply a generic blue light that was somehow being projected onto the field? Or was it something otherworldly and creepy like a will-o'-the-wisp? Leave your thoughts in the comments.
On the fence
This
about
next
that one.
video is a little bit different, as it is not something that somebody captured on a handheld device in their homes or anything. Rather, this is a video that seemingly captures an actual UFO landing in the small farm of West Carleton, Canada in 1991 by an unknown videotaper. In the video, we can see a rapidly blinking light appear in the center of the area and goes on for quite some time. It does not require a lot of hard looking to see that this is most definitely some sort of strange spacecraft. Some people simply brushed off the incident and labeled it as a helicopter, but if you look at the flying object's shape, it is clear that this is definitely something strange and not something typical like a helicopter. The video also explains that a former NASA mission specialist received a tape in the mail alongside bizarre documents as well as a fingerprint, with the source only being known as The Guardian. For the rest of the video, we are shown various different angles of the craft hovering above the field. And while it is still unnerving and makes you think, I highly recommend you do a bit of research after this video of the Guardian case, if you want an extremely detailed knowledge of this case. We would not be able to explain the whole story here, but those who are eager for an incredibly interesting and creepy case, feel free to look it up online. What do you think? Was this an actual UFO, or was this just a simple flying object like a helicopter? Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments.
Okay, so my thoughts on this are, it's not like an intentional fake. Alright, I believe that what this guy recorded was real, but I think that this was a project that some university students got together on and said, hey, you know what? We should see if we could simulate a crash site of a UFO. You know, build a real functioning, real looking UFO, put some lights on it, put a little bit of fire and some brush nearby. It's a possibility. I'm not saying that's what it is, I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Devil's Hour Productions is a YouTube channel that showcases videos filmed by the Paranormal Research Unit. On the channel, there are various videos of the group filming in haunted locations, and has tons of other videos that are related to paranormal and other horror-related topics. In an upload published by them on January 7th, 2020, we can see the group exploring an area which seems normal for the channel to do. The person that is recording, whose name is Tony, suddenly makes a sound and passes on the camera to another person so they can record. She brushes it off as nothing more than a spasm. A few seconds later, we are shown that somebody is checking her back to see what is wrong, and once the camera gets closer, you can see numerous scratch marks on her back. They do seem quite unnatural, and it looks like it would have caused pain. Later on, we see another video that was recorded by the group, this one taking place in Tony's house. We see people exploring the area of the house when one of the men sits down in the center of the floor and appears to focus on something. Then we are viewing from the man's point of view as he explains that he had headphones connected to his microphone, meaning that if anything were to make noise, only he would be able to hear it. We hear some people say that they are feeling a tinkling sensation on the ground. Then the man sitting on the ground says that in his headphones he heard a woman scream. He asked the rest of the group if they heard it too, to which they say no. When listening to the Tascam microphone audio, we can hear a strange, almost otherworldly voice make some sort of a scream, which understandably rattles the cameraman.
Starting to feel this weird tingling sensation around my legs again. What the hell was that?
I don't know.
feels like it's on the ground level.
Guys, I heard a freaking woman scream in this recorder.
Sure it wasn't outside or anything?
Did you hear anything?
I actually didn't.
How about you? Did you hear anything? That was nothing like this. I have something on the recorder. It's up to me. We're not just going to leave and have to go back. Some of these kids continue to deal with what they're dealing with, and parents deal with what they're dealing with. Starting to feel this weird tingling sensation around my legs again.
What the hell was that?
Dealing with. Starting to feel this weird tingling sensation around my legs again.
What the hell was that?
Dealing with.
That's more of a moan than a yell. Either way, creepy.
What was that? What did the PIU capture in Tony's house that day? Was it the voice of a woman screaming, or was it something else? We may never know. This final video comes to us from the subreddit Skinwalkers. A skinwalker is described as being a type of harmful witch that has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. This video, published by Reddit user Henry's Stash of Memes, shows him screen recording his Snapchat maps, where he taps on an area near him to view stories that were recorded in the area. In the distance, we can see an extremely strange looking figure making uncomfortable and off-putting movements, with the caption, "Something weird is happening in my town." He then showcases a barred door in Desert Willow, Phoenix, Arizona. As the cameraman approaches it, a strange screaming sound comes from within.
What is that?
I got
Screaming sound comes from within.
What is that?
In a follow-up video, this one published by a TikTok user, we are shown somebody recording an area known as Dynamite Park, also in Arizona, when we hear a weird hollering sound coming from the area. We then cut to a video that is seemingly being recorded within somebody's car. A few seconds go by, and we see what appears to be an incredibly creepy beast-like creature moving its way across the ground on all fours, and run away into the night.
That shit? Fuck is that? Over there. Fuck is that?
What is strange and makes this entry a bit more believable, too, is the fact that both videos took place in Arizona and may have even been taken in close proximity of one another, too. Was this evidence of a real skinwalker captured on camera, or was it just a bunch of people fooling around late at night? Either way, this is something creepy that you definitely would not want to encounter. And that was 5 paranormal videos that will creep you out. I hope you enjoyed the video,
I am creeped out.
and if you did, then
Those are some
subscribe
good
for more
ones.
scary content. My name is Sir Spooks, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Alright, that was a good one. Okay, so next we got Nuke's Top 5 Scary Things Caught on Camera, Scary People.
Top 5 scary things caught on camera, scary people. On unwelcome guests. Matthew says that he and his friends were exploring an allegedly haunted house in Layton, Utah. The house has a dark history and is known locally as, quote, Satan's house. The guys don't find any spirits, but they do discover something maybe more terrifying.
Smells like smoke. Dude, that's scary.
Oh, yeah, let's not look up.
Don't you guys look.
Fresh food in sealed container? Really?
Let's scan.
Why is this here, though?
Dude, are these lights?
No, Alex, no. Let's not vandalize. Yeah, let's not vandalize. I'm calling it. I don't have a light on my camera, so somebody give me a light. Oh, hello there. Hi. Okay. That's awkward. Yeah, that's awkward.
A tall man armed with what looks like an iron rod chases them out of the house, swinging the metal bar around and screaming like a madman.
Somebody give me a light. Oh, hello there. Hi. Okay. That's awkward. Yeah, that's awkward.
Matthew says that after posting the video, he was contacted by the property owner. The owner said that he had no idea who the man was or why he was there. Something on a ring. YouTube user Sean Tharp says that he got a frantic call from his girlfriend one night after a bizarre encounter. As she was leaving for work at 2 a.m., this happened. Sean's girlfriend says that she saw a man charging towards her car from out of the darkness. Even though it was well below freezing on this December night, the man wore no coat or warm clothing of any kind. In fact, he was dressed only in jeans and a tank top. Now, Sean seems to think that the man could have been a ghost, since the figure seems to be semi-transparent and disappears into the dark. But I'm more inclined to say that this was just some wacko out at 2 a.m. and up to no good. The man's blurred appearance on camera is probably just caused by bad lighting and video compression. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? There's someone down there.
It's too transparent.
YouTube channel All Around Lifestyle is a...
It's too transparent. You know, I think she saw what she saw, the crazy guy in jeans and a tank top, but that could have been just the ghost's appearance to make her more comfortable. So that way it could enter the car and possess her. She didn't fall for it though. That's just my opinion though.
It's a Polish urban exploration channel where a guy named Mike and his friends explore various abandoned buildings around Poland. In this video, they're exploring an abandoned parking garage when one of them sees something. One member of the team swears he saw something moving in the darkness, but no one believes him. They head back down to investigate.
Tu kurwa nikogo nie ma, debil zajebany. I co?
It seems that someone was living in the abandoned building, and they weren't very happy to have visitors. Now, this wasn't the first time Mike had met up with unfriendly squatters in an abandoned building.
Oh, I think I heard this one.
Mogę tutaj nagrać? No spoko, spoko. Yeah, so as you saw, them people, they told us to leave. I think they were homeless, and yeah, we couldn't explore that building very well.
Shortly after these two videos, Mike just quit YouTube for good. He hasn't posted a new video in 3.5 years. Perhaps Mike decided that urban exploration might be just a bit too dangerous, since you never know who could be lurking in those dark, abandoned buildings. Cellar Dweller. Over on the German urban exploration channel Unknown Worlds, the guys regularly search for and explore completely abandoned remote locations. On this particular occasion, they take a 15-minute walk through the woods to find an old abandoned building that they just randomly found on Google Maps. It didn't go well. As they head down into the house's creepy basement, they begin to smell a foul stench.
Well, yeah, the reason why I haven't really paused anything and spoken about any of these videos in a while is like, you know, when it comes to, you know, videos with crazy people and all that, you know, you just automatically assume that it's at least real. You know, it's, you can't say that it's fake because, you know, the people are real. They're really there, but whether it's staged or not, I don't know, so...
As they venture further into the cellar, it seems that someone might have made the place their home. One of the two explorers just kind of runs off and leaves his friend behind. He makes it out and phones police.
Es war nur ein Typ und mein Kumpel, keine Ahnung, der ist noch drin, ich weiß nicht, was mit dem los ist. Ich bin nicht verletzt, ich bin gar nicht verletzt, ich bin direkt ab meiner Arme. Wie gesagt, mein Kumpel ist da noch drin. So muss schnell Polizei und Krankenwagen.
But meanwhile, back inside the house, his friend has managed to push the attacker down and run away. But he's now hiding in the dark, trying desperately to find a route of escape. His camera is still running. The cameraman finally manages to make it out unharmed. Now, to me, this video seems just a little too good, if you know what I mean. However, the Unknown Worlds guys still claim that the video is 100% real to this day. They say that the police came, but the man hiding in the house was long gone and couldn't be found. So is this real dramatic footage of an encounter with a very scary person? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
I think it's real.
You decide. You can see more of Unknown World's videos over on their channel, and if you're willing to do a little extra clicking, many have English subtitles already added. Not a scary person, but still scared. Now I wanted to include this clip because it's good, but there's technically not a scary person in it. But then again, that's all in the eye of the beholder. A bus driver has just finished his late night route and is heading home. But because of the large size of the bus and the dark interior, he doesn't notice that there are still 2 passengers on board, including a little old lady.
Señora, no manches.
The bus driver is scared out of his wits, and it looks like for a second he might think he's seeing an actual ghost. But the older lady seems to be smiling from ear to ear as if she thought it was hilarious.
That was good.
Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter to see all my Twitter dramas. I don't actually want drama on Twitter, but it just...
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Huh? Hang on a minute. Wait a minute, I'm gonna click on this video here. What? How come I didn't see this one on my recommended? Huh. Oh, okay, yeah, because it's because this is the one that I'm going to be watching next week. Yeah, I forget that, you know, because I was late on the stream, that there might already be a video up and ready for next week, and that is one of them. So, all right, now we move on to the special paranormal investigation. Actually, I want your guys' opinion on it. Let me tell me what you think. Hold on here a second. I'm gonna turn this off right here. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so we have one person watching. Oh, I got echo again. Ah, crap. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me ask you, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to save the paranormal investigation for last, or do you want me to watch it now? Last? Alright, buddy, you got it. I'll move it over. I'm sorry it took a while to answer, but it's because there's a delay. Let's see. Oh, there is some echo. Okay, I was wondering why I was repeating. Alright, let's see. Here, let me turn down the audio input here real quick. Oh yeah, I do. Cocker Spaniel. Her name's Jinx. Yeah. Had her for 9 years. Alright, but yeah, I'm going to save that paranormal investigation video for last. Okay, so now we're going to move on. Alright, I turned down the audio input. Is that a little better? Awesome. Alright, I'm going to turn back on the display here. Okay. Alright, now we're going to move on to 12 videos that could happen to you by Chills.
These videos have definitely happened to others, and they could certainly happen to you. Number 12. The UK explorer reaches the top floor of an abandoned house and finds himself standing outside of an old break room kitchen. He takes a single step inside and is met with the sound of old material crumbling beneath his feet.
Just going into one of the rooms that we found in a house that belonged to the factory. Nice kitchen. I did in fact fall. Luckily I didn't go right through.
He falls up to his waist and puts his arms out at the last second to save himself, shutting off his camera in the process. A newly formed hole in the brittle floor shows a massive drop, ending in piles of sharp-edged debris. Even if he did survive the fall, no one was around to help 4 miles in all directions. Number 11. A man gets on a train heading for Oakland, California, and starts to lose his mind. He has with him not just 1, but 2 brand new store-bought chainsaws. He takes the first one out of the box and puts it together, saying bad things all the while. He opens the second box and now stands before the public brandishing of 2 powerful chainsaws. Everyone is stunned into silence. He even tries to turn the chainsaw on at one point. The chainsaw won't go on because it's not fully charged or doesn't have fuel. Either way, I can only imagine the terrible panic that would have ensued if he had actually managed to turn on the chainsaw within the tight confines of the crowded train, and what he would have done from there. The man was later identified and charged with making threats. It really makes you wonder who you will encounter on public transportation. Number 10. A group driving down the road in the Philippines are so surprised with what they see on the sidewalk that they have no choice but to slow down and start to record. Walking down the sidewalk, there appears to be a man walking without a head, simply minding his own business. His movements are quite natural, which only makes the person more mysterious. If you happen to speak this language, maybe you can translate what is said here. Apparently, it's a common myth in the Philippines that if you see a person walking with no head, that the individual passed away that day. Did someone actually catch this on camera? Or is this a simple illusion based on the lighting or something along the lines of that? Number 9. In 2009, a YouTuber named TC Ballinger uploaded 2 ghost videos from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania that are widely regarded by most as being authentic. The first one was taken near Wheatfield Road, about a mile from a major site known only as the Triangular Field, rumored to be quite cursed by the final moments of many. A figure crosses the road accompanied by an echoing moan. Real or fake is my question. TC Ballinger zooms in and picks up another figure, this time in more detail, followed by a third. What is your take on this? Do they look like distinct individuals, or is this the same CGI model being recycled? He then goes on to a different location that is only a half-mile from the triangular field. More spirits appear before him in the same fashion as before. Is this video editing, or did he just capture the real reason why this area as a whole is designated as a no trespassing zone? Number 8. A YouTuber named Outdoors Weekly is fishing with his little brother when he gets a little too comfortable with his surroundings and makes the mistake of letting his guard down. Oh! No! Oh my god! Oh, dude! Oh. He sees this snake at 2 minutes and 21 seconds, and hears his raised foot approximately 1 second later at 2 minutes and 22 seconds, ready to come down. He was about to step right on it, no doubt about that, but I want to know how bad the bite would have been. Take a look at this reptile. Is this one you can identify? Thanks for the answer, if so. Number 7. A man who is accused of grabbing women at the train station falls to his knees and begs the public for forgiveness. First he convinces them that he isn't going to go anywhere, and then he suddenly makes a break for it. Here's where things get even crazier. He gets up and trips over the most dangerous part of the entire subway, an electrified railing in the middle that can easily end a human life with just one zap. I've watched this video numerous times, and I still can't believe how close he comes to losing his life. After all, there's electricity flowing through the rails. He pulls himself up to the other side of the platform and gets away for the time being. I'm not sure if he was ever brought to justice, waiting for the chance to do something like this again. Number 6. A YouTuber named Kamadina is recording his sister and parents in a parking lot while on vacation when he gets the strange and eerie sensation that he is being watched. He turns around and walks for a bit in the direction that he feels he is being watched from, and then he zooms in. Sure enough, this pale figure stands facing him from afar. He turns around to go back into his hotel, but the feeling of eyes upon him returns. He turns around to take in the figure one last time, who is still standing in the same spot far away from all of the cars and everything else of interest. Their white outfit looks suspiciously bright given the low lighting.
That was weird. Wait a minute.
Kamadina hasn't a clue as to what this could be, or if one day he will see it again soon, much closer next time. Number 5. A truck driver checks his mirror just in time to see a dusty road hazard swirling his way. Try and translate this part, because I would love to hear his initial reaction word for word. The mini tornado dances all around and blocks the only exit. Getting out and running is probably not a good option because it could randomly change direction and come barreling his way. Now all he can do is stay inside and hope it doesn't move forward another 10 feet and rip off his door, which it looks strong enough to do. If you doubt its power, this bent streetlight says otherwise. After less than a minute, the tornado of dust dissipates moments before, raging through somebody's front door. We like to think that we'd somehow remain in control of any emergency, but all of this was random. His survival was based far more on chances than choices. Number 4. Scary Surreal Places in Time Lapse is a YouTube channel that's...
I would have just drone over the grass and onto the road. I don't care what was there. I would just drone over the grass.
Speeds up raw footage of odd and interesting locations in search of anything out of the ordinary. They are recording a pure at random when this strange creature comes rushing towards them. I would say this is just a fish, but the animal clearly starts on land and paddles to them before submerging at the last second. They shine their lights around both sides of the pier, but whatever it was is long gone. The animal is very small, but the wide wake left in its path suggests that it's much more powerful than it seems. Leave me your best guess as to what this could be, because even the uploaders of this video have never seen anything move like it before, and they themselves are not sure what it was. Number 3, Vincenzo Man Pro has a problem in his backyard that won't go away. A creepy tree creature that he has been unable to identify before or since. It faces away at first. Its broad back turned to him. At the 1 minute mark, it stretches its arms and legs and looks vaguely humanoid. Watch for yourself.
Uy, me está moviendo. Oh!
As time passes by, it seems to crouch into a hostile stance.
Why won't you shine a light on it?
Looks like it's on all fours with...
Why won't they shine a light on it? I mean, it just makes me think even more that it's fake, because if they wanted to convince us that it wasn't an actual human, they'd shine a light on it to show us it wasn't.
With its head held very low, quite similar to videos I've seen about the rake creature. I think that it could be a monkey if he lives anywhere near the equator. Its fur color is pretty strange for one though. The sun is setting, but the camera has no problem picking up its bluish-white hue in the low light. Then it fades away from sight, possibly hiding out of fear, but also possibly following this man. It remains silent the whole time, and the way it slinks away makes him wary enough to retreat inside.
Chiudiamo. No. Ma che cazzo è?
I don't know how much danger he was in just now, but I respect his decision not to stick around and find out. Number 2, Maddie Smith is traveling to the airport with her friends Tyler and Tori when her Uber driver Tony displays some very strange behavior along the way. He makes a remark that immediately puts them on edge, and I wanted to get your opinion on how you would feel if someone randomly said this to you.
God was telling him that someone in the car needed to be saved and we needed to figure out who it was.
Shortly thereafter, he begins reciting scripture that could easily be taken as thinly veiled threats, especially coming from a stranger they've just met.
He was a murderer.
I personally think that he should have been able to see the rather obvious discomfort on Maddie's face and probably should have stopped this discussion, but he continues to steer the conversation towards his beliefs. He's been talking for a long time now, and Maddie hears the GPS telling him to turn around because they've missed their exit. She claims that Tony later admits that he was missing the exits on purpose. My question is if he wanted to simply ramble at them some more, or if he is blatantly taking them somewhere else. Watch this and you tell me.
You can play church all your life. I never really understand what you mean.
Now that I think about it, this routine might have been a trick to get more money. They were too freaked out to do much about his ranting, and ended up riding around with him for an hour, and eventually they requested that he drop them off, even though they were not at their actual destination. How serious do you think Tony was being, and where do you think this conversation would have ended if Maddie and her friends had not stopped it sooner? Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills, and if you're curious about what I look like in driving here, low speed beside it, then thank you.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm all for, if you want to... I'm all for, sharing stories, religious stories, and, quoting the Bible scriptures, but do it to people that you know. Do it to people that are expecting that of you, or go to church to do that. But when a stranger gets into your car and you start reciting Bible scripture to them, yeah, it reminds me of that game. I can't remember what it was called. But it's a game that's based on that. You play a woman trying to get to a destination for a job interview, and you get picked up by a priest who just starts quoting random things to you, and after a while, if you're not paying attention, he kills you. Yeah, it's a weird game. was the name of that game? I'll have to look that up later.
Also, don't forget I upload a new video here on YouTube every Thursday and Saturday. Number 1, the Joker takes police on a low-speed chase in California that starts in Orange County and ends in Venice Beach. He pokes his head out of the back, and I'm not sure who is even driving here, but I guess that's not enough of a thrill, because soon he is hanging out of the sunroof to taunt them further. That's when you notice that there is a passenger in the car with him. She grabs the steering wheel here, but I'm not sure that she was a willing accomplice, especially since she was not charged by police. She might have just been scared and taken against her will along for the ride, now finding herself trying to keep the car on the road as he climbs all around. When he reaches the beach, this man leaves his car in a classic Hollywood fishtail and stomps away like the Joker would. He is either a good actor, or else completely convinced that he is the actual villain come to life. A final act gives you a better look into the man's psychology. Shortly before police capture him, he stops to help put sand over someone on the beach. He gives them a high five, which indicates that he is probably just a bizarre fan, looking for attention and approval, instead of a real copycat out to cause real mayhem and destruction. Let's get straight to the point.
Oh, I feel so bad for that woman if that's the case. Okay. Now we're at 6. Not 6. Scary TikTok videos you have never seen. Number 2. Sir Spook's continuing the. Hold on a second here. Oops. Critical error. Are you kidding me? You have to do this to me now. Putting you down right there.
Hello guys, tonight we want to check out some more mysterious TikTok videos that got captured all around the globe. Of course we don't know how many of them are real and which ones have been tampered with for sure, but please don't forget, we are enjoying these for entertainment. Let's buckle up and stay frosty.
Our
first clip was recorded by James Fitzpatrick 18, and you might know him from another video of his, which went viral last year. He documented supposedly
I forgot, I didn't even do what I wanted to do. I'm going to turn up the video volume here. Alright, there we go.
Paranormal forces at his workplace.
Poltergeist or something in here. Oh!
But today the inexplicable events take place at his own home.
Crank on my wife. Took a video of it. This weekend it was pointed out to me that in the background something peers out from our daughter's room. I guess was looking. My wife and I were the only ones in the house. At the time our daughter was at my parents' house for the day.
So what was going on exactly today?
I find it peculiar that the dog is looking right in that direction, like he knows it's there.
Now, what exactly did the man capture in his child's bedroom? It certainly looks like a head which is peeking out, a head with long dark hair. Can we be sure? Of course not, but it's an eerie clip no matter what.
Oh no, not Tommy. Not Tommy
A user
Wiseau.
with the name Ashes recorded the following on his TikTok. The story goes that he heard and saw strange shadows and unclear noises in his apartment. Even his dog noticed that something was not as it's supposed to be. Tonight they both realize that these events are taking place again, and the dog slowly approaches a room to the left, followed by the owner. Ashes believes that a shadow was captured, which was situated in the corner of the room. Apparently, nothing was placed there that could have caused this shadow.
So he says. But, I've seen this clip a few times, and, the only conclusion that I've been able to come down to is a cardboard cutout painted black. But what do you think?
To me it looks like a jacket. Who knows?
That's another possibility too.
This clip, recorded by TikTok user Face the Light, features her and her sisters playing hide and seek. She documents this because apparently she was unable to find her sisters after starting the game, and an ominous text message told her that she's alone now, and her sisters had left the house.
Okay, I'm like, stop! It's not funny, Mia!
And then she hears these noises.
Get out of here right now! Get in the kitchen! Mia, I'm done! I hate this. I hate it. Stop! There it is again. Let's go see if it's Mia or Let. Mia, I know that's you.
So her sisters are certainly pranking her.
Oh. Is that?
That is creepy.
What is this eerie face peeking out of this window? Her sister?
That's not your sister.
Guys, I don't think Mia and Lex are here anymore. I don't know what happened to them if they left, but that was not them at the door. I don't know who it was, but all my doors are locked.
She keeps documenting these strange encounters, and it appears that paranormal forces seem to take over her place. This is the last thing she shared. The story ends here. If you want more, check out her profile. Hey guys, if you wish to support me to enjoy many more videos, please consider becoming a member and joining my channel.
Wow.
You'll get custom emojis for my live streams and other exciting perks. This video, recorded by a random user on the platform, features a large family gathering. It is said that the person recording was merely after capturing some nice memories for everybody. But when they reviewed the recording at a later point, they noticed somebody else appearing.
That last one. Whoa.
It is stated that the gun on the left was not there at the time, and gone seconds after. If not staged, it's truly extraordinary.
Wow, these are all really creepy ones.
Zodiac Supernatural was out to investigate a case on which they were hoping to make contact to the other side. While asking several questions and monitoring their EMF meter, the camera captures a not further explained object to the left.
That's hard to identify. It could be anything.
What exactly is this unidentified object? But not only this capture, apparently there's also a female voice that might not be further explained.
So what was that? So what was that?
Curious. This series of video.
You know, let me go ahead and turn off the ceiling fan. That might be causing some of the echoing. Alright, is that better, Prendo? I'm just watching just the three of me just kind of going off and along that. Eventually I'm going to show up right here as well. Yep, there I am again. Okay. Yeah, now there's 4 of me on the screen.
Was recorded by Blood T, and she started recording on her TikTok because she saw a stranger standing in the bushes close to her family home. That made her feel uneasy, of course.
I'm noticing something in the bushes, like almost looking at me. So at first I thought maybe it was like a person.
Alright, awesome. Thanks for looking up, bud. Okay.
Or a homeless person, but it's a nagging feeling. It just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel like a normal person. Does that make sense? So finally I caught her on video.
This is where she actually captured her, allegedly.
There's somewhere. That's it, I think that's her right there. Can you guys see it? I'm so scared to drive by. Yes. Where should I think this is her right there?
I don't see anything.
She's staring at me. She's so creepy.
She then tries to analyze it and checks for humanoid features.
Here's the face. It looks weird. It looks deformed. Here's a hand right here. Look, shoulders, right? And I think this is hair.
Could she actually record a homeless woman by any chance? I don't think it's pretty clear at this point.
And I have a really bad habit of leaving my car open, because I'm just running up and down, to get something, and I'm like running back up. So when I came back, I was locking the door, and I was locking as I turn around, I see a
like I swear I see something sitting in the passenger seat. So that's what I took that video, and then I didn't even close the door yet. Then I just went back and then went upstairs.
Now the story gets really wild. Something otherworldly may be tampering with her. Maybe something that knows her even. This is what some of her TikTok followers stated. This TikTok shows her actually recording her car with this strange lady sitting in the passenger seat. Eerie, isn't it?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to figure out is why the hell doesn't she just call the police?
Is it just me, or does it look like the face is also part skull? But this whole story gets even more intense, as the woman can record somebody standing in front of her door. What is that? A weird note has been left on the floor.
I'm so scared. Standing here changing like in my closet, and I swear like I got this really bad feeling that something like was looking at me or like staring at me, and I was by myself in the house completely, and I look up and I swear I saw something looking at me through this peephole or like this opening. I'm not sure what it is.
At this point, her nerves really seem to get the better of her. An eye peeking out of the crack in the ceiling? That's really odd. But maybe things will get a bit clearer soon. Knocking sounds from upstairs then grab her attention.
Keep on missing it. Oh my god. No one lives above us, it's just what is it called? The roof up there. I have my sister with me, and once I hear, I keep on hearing and seeing things coming from this.
She calls her sister to help and tries to investigate where those sounds originate from.
That twin flashlight thing? Man, I'm not even tall enough, and
The following day, she can capture the lady again, way clearer than ever before, so she states.
Yeah, that's much more defined. Oh, wow. Really? That's how you're gonna end that? Okay. Interesting, to say the least. Okay, so next we're gonna move on to the top 15 videos that'll make you question everything. Here we go.
Number 15. Why are you here? When walking alone in the wilderness, you generally don't want to run into anyone at all, let alone someone perched in a place you'd least expect them. That's exactly what happened to this individual, whose footage was posted to YouTube in August of 2014. The person appears to be walking in a rather remote forested area. Ahead stands a blocked stone tunnel, and sitting atop the concrete is someone dressed in a white shirt facing the tunnel's interior. What are they doing there, and why? Reaching this depth of the forest, or that tunnel itself, are quite difficult tasks. The cameraman doesn't wait to find out, and probably rightly so. He backs away slowly, before turning around and moving quickly out of there. Some locals in the comments insist to never approach that area, saying, "This is really serious, never go." I gotta agree, better safe than sorry. Number 14. Figure in the clouds. It's not unusual to try and make out figures in the clouds, but what happens when the figures are not just your imagination, This dark diamond-shaped figure floating over a body of water and below a curtain of clouds is not something your imagination conjured up. What do you see? Well, some in the comments of the video believe it's a star destroyer, a tear in the space-time continuum, or the monarch in the cocoon from Venture Brother.
Yeah, I'm much more inclined to believe that it's a rip in the space-time continuum than it is a star destroyer.
Others take a more practical approach. It's called a water spout, Fisticuffs writes, and after reading up on the characteristics of a water spout, I must say I have to agree. Otherwise known as a non-supercell tornado, the funnel-like vortex occurring above a body of water in tropical or subtropical regions is often connected to clouds overhead. So as ominous as this figure may appear, it could be naturally occurring. Still, nevertheless, it will make you question everything. Number 13. Trying to get in. This security footage is from outside a center for training dogs in Mexico. As you can see, a masked man wants to cause some havoc as he wields an axe, but it is unknown why he chose this location as his target. The only thing standing in his way is a large metal fence. It looks like he is on the verge of leaving, possibly starting to second guess his idea, or maybe he was just trying to look scary on the security footage. But soon an employee approaches, presumably to see what the stranger is doing. It appears the masked assailant begins to target the employee instead, but this was a huge mistake. The employee rushes to his car and lets his dog out, who immediately goes after the man, regardless of his axe wielding. I guess this defense worked too well, because the employee has no choice but to pull the dog off of the man. I'm just happy the dog was alright, and I'm sure videos like this will make copycat creepy clowns think twice before pulling a prank like this. Number 12. Snapchat scare. Have you ever caught something creepy on video while using an app? That's what happened to these people who posted the footage too.
I'm just gonna skip this one because this is the third time I've seen this one.
Midnight can make your skin crawl. Posted to Reddit, the Redditor writes, people are saying it could be a skinwalker. The on-screen caption reads, something weird is happening in my town. And after watching the video, you'll agree with that statement.
Yeah, I saw this one
the
earlier
video
too.
begins with something hopping on all fours over a hill while roaring in an animalistic manner. It's hard to tell what the thing is at a distance, human or animal. The second clip in the series reads, dude, something is in the shed at Desert Willow, and it certainly sounds like it. Something is beating against the barred doors of a shed at night. There's also a terrifying growling voice heard, though its words are inaudible. It's difficult to tell if the thing is human, but it continues to beat at the walls of the shed. Part 2 of the video series reads, stay away from Dynamite Park. In it, barking, howling, and wailing are heard. It doesn't sound like a dog, nor does it sound human. Again, the video captures an unidentified creature at a distance, racing around on all fours. Could this be a skinwalker? Don't stick around to find out. Nevertheless, it appears some serious mysteries are taking place in that town. Number 10. Fake Eye. According to YouTubers, most who've watched this video arrived there by typing in a random emoji into the search bar. That may be because the video shows a woman replacing her prosthetic eye. At the start of the video, the woman's eyes look nearly identical. The coloring is the exact same. In fact, I'd be surprised if you knew without reading the title that one of these eyes is fake, and I'd highly doubt that you could guess the real from the prosthetic. That's how good prosthetic eyes are in this day and age. But what happens next will make you question everything. The smiling woman holds open the bottom lid of her left eye, and after a little bit of finicking, the eye slides right out. All that remains is the eye socket. The woman then shows you her prosthetic, which is really just the front half of an eyeball. It is concave and empty behind. She replaces it in her eye by inserting it out behind her upper lid and then pulling her lower lid out to wrap around the bottom of the prosthetic. The eye is now back in place. She demonstrates its movement, and while it doesn't show as wide a range of circulation as a regular eye, it's certainly impressive what modern technology has done to improve visual prosthetics. Number 9. Flying humanoid. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a humanoid figure in the sky. Posted by L. Nelson, Gonering in October of 2017. This mysterious humanoid was caught flying or floating over Sydney, Australia. This sighting lasted all of 5 minutes, with this figure disappearing and reappearing as the camera zooms in and out. What do you think this is? Is it explainable, or could it be something not of this world? I've seen similar videos in the past, and they have never been explained either. Could this possibly be connected? I just know I'd question everything if I looked out my window and saw a floating human in the sky. Number 8. Japanese lady haunting. Have you ever been haunted? What if this is what haunted you? Posted in June of 2018. This video is in Japanese, so unless you speak it, it's unclear what the man throughout the video is saying in the interview. The clip shows some young Japanese people having fun, partying, playing games, talking, just enjoying themselves. But at some point, they spot the woman. A ghostly woman is situated off in the distance at the restaurant, sitting and staring straight ahead. Wow. It seems odd to the group, who keeps peeking around to look at the woman. Her face is ghostly white and ghoulish, almost skeletal. The video next shows the group leaving the party. Some of them head to the subway, which is where they spot the ghostly woman again across the tracks. She sees them too, walks swiftly forward and drops onto the track below, while a train fast approaches. One of them in the group turns away so as not to see the damage. He turns back and crouches down, appearing to be sick, but as he is crouched down low, look near the tracks. Do you see her? What is this? Ghoul? Real footage? Or a clever film promo? Perhaps someone from Japan can clue us in, or maybe we don't want to know, or maybe it's best not to know. Number 7. Spirit in the ambulance. What if you were trailing an ambulance, and you saw this in the rear window? This terrifying ghoul was caught on camera by a vehicle following the ambulance. Apart from the spirit, there appears to be 2 human passengers in the back of the ambulance, likely EMTs. As the camera focuses in, the spirit's ghastly facial features appear for a moment before whoever's filming loses control of the camera, likely terrified about what they'd just seen. What would you do if you saw this in the back of an ambulance? It's probably safest to back off. Number 6. Light anomaly. Mysterious light anomalies are a thing of wonder, and this one is no different. Posted to very spooky videos by Gray is kind of okay. This insanely luminescent light anomaly was captured crossing the railroad tracks. The bright bluish light casts its glow on the ground below it as it twinkles, steadily crossing at a distance. As it arrives at the other side of the tracks, a street lamp above it sparks, as if the anomaly crossed some electrical wires, causing a burst of electricity. The light continues to rove at an even pace, heading towards the forest. Most in the comments of this video suggest that this is bad CGI. Others say this might be an example of ball lightning. There have been numerous accounts of ball lightning throughout history. The phenomenon refers to mysterious and potentially dangerous atmospheric electrical oddity. The spherical shapes of light can range from the size of a pea to a diameter of several meters, often associated with lightning storms. The lifespan of ball lightning is usually a lot longer.
Sorry, I just gotta say, that street light exploding was not fake.
Than that of a lightning bolt. So what do you think? Is this anomaly simply CGI, good or bad, or is it a natural phenomenon that just so happened to be caught on video?
I'm going to think it's that ball lightning thing.
Whatever it is, It'll make you question everything. Number 5. CCTV ghost footage. It's 2:10 a.m. on September of 2015. This individual is fast asleep in their bed, as anyone might expect to be at such a late hour. Posted to YouTube by the Gender Uwo in April of 2019. The video shows a man tossing and turning in his sleep, normal restlessness. At one point, he pulls the covers up over his head. A short while later, he turns onto his side. All normal. What's abnormal is the body shape that appears to be sleeping next to him. After rolling to his side, the man notices the unwelcome company under the covers. He starts feeling what looks to be a solid form beside him. Appearing startled, he gets out from under the covers, patting the blanket up and down, before pulling it clean off his bed. As you likely suspected, there is nothing beneath it. Further footage in the man's apartment shows a strange blurred shadow figure cross from a hallway to another room in the home. The same sort of shadow figure is seen again in the footage from another hallway in the apartment. What do you think? Is it time to move? Probably should, just in case. Don't know about you, but I'd do whatever was in my power to avoid sharing my bed with an unwelcome ghost. Number 4. Poor Moresby Spirit, Beam Me Up Scotty, published to YouTube in June of 2019. This CCTV footage reveals a possible spirit captured on video in Port Moresby that same year. The footage shows an intersection that looks to be on the outskirts of the city, probably from restaurants or shops that are still open at night. Street lamps illuminate the roadway, blinking on and off as a truck turns at the crossroads. Then something strange and out of place appears on one corner of a median. A ghostly glowing mist manifests before rising upwards and out of sight. On closer inspection, the small figure appears humanoid, glowing at its core. But what is it, and where did it go? Number 3. Old 2L Hospital, another structure that's prime real estate for haunting hospitals. Posted to YouTube.
Let's see. Okay, I got one more. Okay, alright, Brendo. If you would like to jump on Discord and we can watch the paranormal investigation together, I'd welcome that. Yeah, no problem. I do these every Saturday night. The only reason why I'm doing it on this night is because I was worn out last night from Mela. But yeah, definitely next week we'll do it.
By Ogden Paranormal in September of 2019, the group of paranormal investigators explores Old 2L Hospital, one of Utah's most haunted places. Samuel Lee built the structure as a resident in 1873. His family lived there until 1913, after which it was remodeled into a home for the elderly and those with special needs. Some called it the county poorhouse. The Old 2L Hospital closed down in 2000, with half of it serving as an elderly care unit, while the other half serves as Asylum 49. Although Anderson was skeptical about the site's paranormal activity at first, his research into the hospital prompted him and his wife to contact paranormal researchers to investigate the site in 2007. Upon exploring the building, the UGO, or Utah Ghost Organization, documented thousands of EVPs and captured pictures and video footage of mists, apparitions, shadows, orbs, and other seemingly paranormal activity. Now, the 2L Hospital is the scene of private ghost searches twice a year, from January to July. So what sort of spirits haunt this hospital? The nurse spirit, Maria, is said to guard a spiritual portal in the hospital that is believed to lead to another world. Another ghost that haunts the hospital goes by the name of Wes. This patient appears scared and confused, as it's said that the real Wes had Alzheimer's at the time of his passing. Ghost West haunts the room that he stayed when he was alive, as well as the nearby hallway. A medium tried to assist West in crossing over, but was hindered by some dark entity that always remains close by. With this background in mind, without further ado, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Ogden writes, we've investigated here a few times in the past and captured incredible evidence, but our last visit scared us so bad that we ended up leaving early. Now we return to this location to face whoever or whatever ran us out of the building all those years ago. This time, the group's visit includes light anomalies, particularly the entire operating room lighting up and a strange light appearing in the nursery. Strange sounds are heard at 10 minutes 13 seconds and 10 minutes 15 seconds.
Oh yeah, Wes. Oh yeah, Wes.
And all the mannequins set up around the hospital don't help one bit. Creepiness is given an edge by those inert bodies. At around 17 minutes 37 seconds as well, it looks as if a foot appears on camera in the bottom left corner. Disembodied voices go unexplained. The entire video makes you wonder if this is Paranormal's resting place. Number 2. The Sheet. As a parent, often you must keep your fear inside for the sake of your children. If you want to know how, take a master class from this dad, posted by Matt Satur in February of 2016. The uploader writes in Spanish, a video that I took of a paranormal phenomenon that occurs in a neighborhood of Greater Buenos Aires. The video appears to show a father and son watching TV. The father apparently feels the urge to go check on something in the room next door. When he first looks in, apart from a strange sheet appearing to cover something in the middle of the floor, nothing seems abnormal. It also looks like two figures are asleep in opposite beds. He returns to his son, checks the bathroom and the kitchen, and swings back to the room where the light fixture is still swinging around. Then the sheet suddenly collapses. Apparently it was covering nothing. A nearby broom falls to the ground, and then someone in the bed moves. Somehow the father remains incredibly calm, as if this is an everyday occurrence, and from the sounds of it, it might be. In the comments, Matt2World suggests the man's calm reaction to the ghost was in order to not scare his son. Matt claims this is just one of the frightening anomalies that occurred to the family in this home. He also says they ended up moving, as they'd suffered enough. After seeing this single event, I don't think I'd stay in that house a moment longer. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my Tuesday. Number 1, Vampiric Witch. In January of this year, 2020, video footage of a purported witch atop a tree was caught in the Dominican Republic. According to local news, this was captured on a cell phone camera by a witness who was in his home when he recorded the event. Many people of San Juan believe the witches launched late into the night. The figure here at the top of the trees does look quite ominous, but what makes this video even creepier is the unexplained howling. Is the witch vampire making that noise? Could the howling be coming from somewhere else? The sound is one matter, this figure is another. If not a witch, what is it? And what's it doing perched atop a tree? There's no way that's an easy climb. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new
That was incredibly creepy. That was so creepy. Okay, moving on to the last one. Search Spooks Paranormal Investigation, The Town of Ghosts.
guys, we're on our way to a ghost town.
A ghost town?
In Germany.
And we've been driving for approximately 5 hours. So we have 43 minutes to go, and then we need some rest because I'm kind of tired.
Me too.
And our plan is to get a little bit of rest, like 30 minutes, and then we'll get on the road and maybe go all night. I don't know. Yep, we'll see.
There are about like 40 buildings maybe, 40 abandoned hospital buildings.
And we're not going to be able to get through them all in one night.
But we're staying the entire weekend, so
yeah.
That's a lot of filming, but it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, this place is crazy.
I'm kind of worried we might get caught by security.
Yeah. Let's not.
We won't get caught.
We won't get caught.
We're fast.
We're fast in the night.
Fast brothers. So, yep. I guess we'll see you at the hotel.
Yeah. See you.
So as you can see, we just arrived at the hotel room, and now we're gonna go ghost hunting.
I'm tired.
So that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
Why?
Because we just drove 6 hours.
That's right. What's next?
We're going eating in the hotel, and then we go ghost hunting.
That's right, boys.
What up? You ready for this shit?
Yep, I'm ready.
Alright. Yeah, you better be.
On with the beanie.
It's actually pretty decent quality.
Nice.
1 intense hour later.
Alright. Well, you can't see shit, but what just happened?
We tried to enter some of the buildings, but immediately as we approached the fence, 2 security guards from 2 different angles started to try to bust it. That was really, really scary.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, it was truly scary.
Yep.
They were trying to catch us.
Yep, and I'm pretty sure one of them saw us, so we just tried to hide in the forest. I almost shit my pants.
Me too.
That was terrifying, and I'm not sure if we can even do this, but I hope.
Yeah, we hope we can. Yeah, like try a few.
Try a few buildings.
But we're not gonna quit.
Nope.
We're not gonna give up. That's for sure.
Okay, we're in the forest now, and we're hoping to find something, right?
Yeah, we just got chased down by 2 guards. On the net.
This fence is like something taken out of a war movie.
Yeah. And just
Look at it. Looks really fucked up.
we just passed a small house, but it's not that crazy. Like, this is a whole different experience.
Yeah.
Like, this is not like anything we've tried before, at least me.
No, it's actually pretty terrifying.
No, we both had that feeling like someone is going to chase us again.
Yep, I really hope not.
Because we're only like 1 kilometer.
Whoa, do you see that? Yeah, that's the building. That's a building.
So what do we do? Maybe we should have went under.
Maybe. Something weird just happened. What? Can you explain it?
Yeah, so it just went out, like the flashlight, and then you turn off the camera to get new batteries, but then it turned on again by itself.
Oh shit!
It turned on by itself again.
Yep.
So I don't know. This is not supposed to happen. So let's just try.
Oh, it's open. I wasn't expecting it to be open.
Watch out for the wire.
Yeah. Oh.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Hey, I don't know if I caught that.
Yeah, he just said, watch out for the wire.
Okay, warehouse.
close. It's right here. It's me. Sorry.
I thought it was like some automatic stuff.
It's just a cool angle.
It's just the same.
This is crazy.
It's huge. Can you see it on the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go this way.
We have to be careful with the lights.
Yep.
And that's why we can't always... What's this, man?
I don't know.
It's like some chairs.
Yep. Look, that's the entrance.
Ross?
That's the entrance.
Okay, how the hell do we get in? Okay, I see it. It's like a hallway. Yeah. Okay, we have to find a way. Okay. Of course, we have to go on the side where they could see me. It's a shed?
Yeah, but...
Shitty shed.
Shitty shed.
Oh, good.
Look. No, it's blocked.
Blocked?
Uh-huh. If you could go down here. That would have been amazing.
You see that house? Right next to us. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks right.
We just have to keep going.
So far nothing's happened
It's the same house. Oh, we got it. Yeah, we got one. We're live. Shit.
Okay, that's blocked.
Right, we're going for the big one. We found a way.
Hopefully it's not too steep if we go.
We have to, this is the basement, of course.
We're gonna need the masks for this. We did.
So what?
We didn't bring the masks.
We didn't bring the masks.
Nope.
Okay, then we just have to go without them.
Holy.
Is it good?
Holy shit.
Can you grab this?
Yeah. Shit, dude. Just a second.
This is so massive. Okay, so we have to find a stair.
Yeah.
No, we have not one stair, but stairs.
How do we just go this way?
No, just like we got nothing but time, I guess.
Okay, let's
Just go. We have to go like bent down. It's really like a low leveled center.
Do we try this one?
Yeah.
No? Can't go this way.
Right. Yes. We've got a few options left.
Did you hear that? Yeah. What the fuck was that?
Okay, hold on here a second. I'm gonna rewind that.
Do we try this one?
Turn up my volume, see if I hear it.
Right. Yes. We've got a few options left.
I heard it.
Did you hear that?
It was kind of like a thud sound.
What the fuck was that?
Was that a person or a ghost?
It was a bomb.
Yeah.
Maybe we can hear it on the recording later.
Yeah.
If we make it. Closer. Closer.
There's someone here.
Yeah, there's someone here. What do we do?
That's scary, dude.
Yeah. Do we run?
Someone here, man. I think it's a warning.
There's one bomb.
There was two.
Do we just go? Try again tomorrow, maybe?
In the daytime?
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
We could do it in the daytime. I don't want to do this. That's fucked up. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
This way in?
No, I think we should go. I keep moving in this direction. Yeah, so that was a warning.
Just back the way we went? Look, we're back. And we found a few abandoned buildings, and every single building we've been to today has just been guarded by people. But now we found some very small ones. We might as well film them.
Let's go!
Nope, nothing here. And those are all the storage buildings.
Yeah, those.
Storage buildings again. We found 6 of those, I think, yesterday.
And we were supposed to go back to the huge estate.
Yeah.
Mansion building. But we saw a guard in the front. At the front gate. And then we saw a bunch of... What was it? Like camping chairs.
Yeah, someone was definitely just watching it.
Yeah, so we think they're going to go round and they're going to check how they're going to restore the mansion.
Yep.
So it's, I don't know if we're going to do it.
But we'll try and go deeper into the forest and hopefully we'll find something.
Yeah, something. Because there was supposed to be like 60 buildings scattered around. But let's just check that out.
What is that? Is that another storage building? Okay.
But we can maybe go through there.
Are we gonna check again?
No.
The big one?
Maybe. When we get back?
Yeah, when we get back maybe.
So let's just, there's one more building over here.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, the small one.
Oh, there's also one over here. Someone's been laying there.
Roof pie.
Creepy.
It's kind of creepy. Found an abandoned train track.
And of course, you're
not allowed.
You're not allowed. Shut us down. What is it?
Pee-pee.
Is it idiot proof? Okay, people. No, but it's like every time. You just get to pass the line and then someone shows up. Right?
Yeah, it's... That's so weird. Do we just...
Yeah, what do we do? Like, I don't... Why...
I literally just passed the line.
And then we do something. It's always the same.
Yep.
Maybe we should try and get up this ledge. This hill.
I heard some noises.
Yeah, that's it?
I heard some noises. I don't know. I didn't see anyone.
After a long hike in the forest and no luck finding abandoned buildings.
Down to the train tracks.
We found another building. Yay! Dude, is that a bunker or something? Imagine if it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
Whoa.
Okay, this is more interesting.
What's this?
Is that blood?
Personal entrance. What is this? What? Okay. What? That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Satanic cult activities. That's what I'm thinking. What? That's gross.
After hours of aimlessly wandering around, we returned to the hotel.
We've been walking all day. We're extremely tired. I'm so tired. My body is destroyed. But we made a final decision to try and enter the building from yesterday, where we heard all those noises upstairs.
Yeah. So instead of giving up, we made the decision of trying one more time.
Yep, because otherwise there won't be much to show in this video.
No.
So hopefully it works out.
It's gonna. It's gonna.
I hope we don't get caught by a satanic cult. We made our way back to the one abandoned hospital building that we were able to enter. We searched the entirety of the basement for a staircase. Since the staircase leading up to the ground floor was completely shut off, we had to admit defeat and return home. 48 hours of constant attempts, dramatic escapes from security, and encounters with ghosts. This was the way it all ended. A huge disappointment to be sure, but we tried our very best. And even though it didn't go as planned, we still had a fun adventure, and I hope you guys enjoyed getting a glimpse of it.
Too bad you guys didn't come away with anything, but that's life sometimes.
Having thoroughly checked, there were absolutely no entrances to the ground floor. It was completely dark inside the building, and there were no signs of other people present. So who made the strange noises from upstairs? We still can't explain what we heard that night, but it felt like a warning to never enter this building.
That's kind of interesting. Alright. Well, let's head back over here for a minute. Alright, well, I think that's it. That's all the videos I had for today's stream. Wow. What a crazy adventure that was. That's all I have to say about it. It was crazy. But yeah. Links in the description to all 5 of these channels I visited will be in the description below as always. And I'll see you guys for next Saturday's Saturday Night Terrors. And this time I'll be joined by Paranormal JR, so I can't wait for that one. So see you guys in the next video. Bye.